don't even realize how wrong they are. That is the word I'm using. It was wrong.
If you're gonna have a platform and you're gonna get up here and talk about these things, at least know what you're talking about.
You know what? If that's a place where you want to live, I don't want to be invited.
What is up, ladies, gentlemen, and genders? We are
rIVerse.
My name is Diz.
I'm Khadija.
My name is Zach.
And I'm Monroe.
We are a pop R&B group from Toronto, Canada. And we have our YouTube channel rIVerse Live, where we also do reactions and different things like that. And so we are here today doing a special rIVerse Reacts Now episode. And we're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be reacting to something that's based on some comments that a hip-hop artist recently made that has been garnering a lot of attention, not for a good reason, but just because the comments were homophobic, and ignorant and things like that. And so we wanted to come on here and dive into this aspect of rIVerse Reacts, where we look at some of the things that are going on within the world of entertainment that's not necessarily performance or music videos or whatever, or things like that. So we are going to be jumping into this situation, looking at No Jumper's YouTube channel. This is a YouTuber that has 3.87 million subscribers. Congratulations to you, No Jumper. And No Jumper just released their video called Will Dababy's Homophobic Rant Get Him Cancelled? So we wanted to look at a commentary video and just take a look and see what everybody's talking about, and get some other opinions, and then share our own with you guys. So without further ado, unless you guys have anything else to say.
No, I'm very curious.
I'm very curious too.
And you were going to say?
I was going to say, if you're new to the channel, maybe even curious to find out more about what you see in front of you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. We also have a Patreon where you can support. And yeah.
And that's on period.
Ready to go?
So let's jump into this.
Let's do
it. Will Dababy's homophobic rant getting canceled?
Why is that even a question?
No Jumper.
No, what?
It's not that bad, but bro, they've been
Not even close.
What
What did he do?
on Twitter?
Not
He
even
is close.
Haven't been
Can
on
you
Twitter.
scroll down? I'm pretty sure we have a quote up here
This is
of what
it.
the baby.
Yes.
Let me read this quote. This is what the baby said on stage. If you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, or any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, then put your cell phone lighter up. Ladies, if your pussy smell like water, put your cell phone light in the air. Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lighter up. I wonder if this has been sort of like stirring around in his brain, like, oh, I got these bars, I'm gonna just drop this shit later. What's wrong with that?
He 1000% freestyled that off the dome.
What's wrong with it? Let me try to explain to you why someone might be offended by this.
What if you're in the crowd and you had AIDS?
Okay, so for the record, there is only one disease, sexually transmitted disease, that will potentially kill you, which is AIDS. So we're talking about one disease here. So obviously, I mean, it's hard to take this as not homophobic. I understand the perspective of people who are offended by this.
I can see the ending when, you know, sucking dick in, if you're a man that's sucking dick in the parking lot.
Right, at the end, I guess, you know, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot.
If you're coming to a concert, you shouldn't be sucking dick in the parking lot.
Yeah, but he said, fellas, it comes off on
Where's the logic?
He could have said, fellas, if you ain't sucking dick or eating pussy in the parking lot, which I guess maybe he wants to take a stand against public oral sex, then I guess I can kind of, I mean, you have to read it as being intentionally aimed at, obviously when he's saying something like AIDS and HIV, you gotta think, all right, this is aimed at the gay community, because they overwhelmingly deal with this more than
I think everybody's too sensitive now, bro. You can't say shit.
Listen, I agree with that statement. I just feel like this, I understand why people are so offended.
So you
It's
heard
kind
him
of
being
weird,
around
right?
like this?
No, I mean, I don't get offended by anything.
Kramer said worse.
Yeah, okay. I could say that, but only because you are offending more people by saying the N-word in the context he did. And, you know, there's probably more black people than gay people. But they seem both pretty offensive, right?
I'm
This
just
seems like
saying,
a very
like,
ignorant conversation.
Very.
I'm so fascinated by it.
people are too sensitive, but you also have to, like, kind of be willing to accompany everyone and don't make, like, certain groups the butt of the joke, you feel me?
Especially if you're the baby and
you're at this huge festival
and he's
with
such a
thousands of
big
people.
artist that it's like, of course he's gonna have a ton of gay fans.
Fuck yeah.
You know, he's on songs with fucking Dua Lipa and shit. Like, I mean, that's just.
Don't he got a song with Lil Nas X?
But does he have a song with him?
I don't know.
I don't think a song with him. I think he just.
He's like on like.
Or did he get on the
He's on like the
Road
Old Town Road remix or something.
Well, either way, Lil Nas X's dad posted a picture of them together talking shit basically to DaBaby for what he said.
Thinking about
I don't think he was.
and he said that no.
No. I don't think that.
People is acting.
It's
It's hard for me to
so-
imagine what he was thinking about though, because it was just such a strange
Look,
rant.
this is what it is. This is what it is.
Not only gay men have HIV or AIDS.
But listen.
Right, but only gay
Regardless-
men can suck dick in the parking lot.
Right, but
Technically no. Sometimes you just get carried away of just like saying reckless shit, saying funny shit, trying to get a reaction out of people. You know, I broke 24 karat Golden's CD on stage.
What a mad
in
world,
front of
but
people.
that's true.
I'm just saying, like, you can sometimes go overboard. I don't think that he was intentionally being like homophobic, but it definitely came off like that.
No, that was intentionally homophobic. It was pretty intentional. There was two
Fuck
comments.
out of here, and if you're sucking dick in the parking lot, this song ain't for you. How do you not take it as being at least a little bit homophobic?
The
Because that's
first one, though. The third one,
100% universally, I'm pretty sure that the gay community took it as being like, oh, he's shooting at us. Why? What is the cause of this?
I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
You know what? It's almost
It
done.
is almost done.
So you know what? And honestly, it's not just the DaBaby conversation, but even some of the
This
some of
conversation.
this conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to talk about these fellas right before we jump into DaBaby. It's so this is a clear representation of the level of ignorance
Yeah.
and misinformation and insensitivity and that a lot of the world has.
Yeah.
Like these three gentlemen here, again, I feel like there's with some of them good intentions, but it's just like the lack of education is like mind-boggling to me. First of all, this Caucasian gentleman here is saying because he's talking about HIV, AIDS, and then men sucking dick in a parking lot, of course we recognize to the gay community. So a lot of straight people clearly have the idea that you cannot contract HIV being straight. That to me is crazy. First of all, for those of you who don't know on this channel, I'm HIV positive. I released a video talking about it in February 7th of this year, earlier this year. I got my diagnosis on September 14th of last year. So a lot of this is very triggering for me to listen to. Like I literally was like, girl, the moment that I heard these guys talking, I'm like, I don't want to do this. But it's important because a lot of these ideas, like just the straight whatever, thinking that, oh, we're exempt from getting HIV, absolutely not. There are straight men and straight women, there are children who were born with HIV because one of their parents had HIV. You know what I mean? Like there's so much learning to be done, and it's so to know that there are grown adults out there who think like this and who will sit at a table and laugh. Oh, that's not homophobic. Those two black guys over there, at least one of them talking about how it's not that homophobic or whatever the case may be, and saying that
Or people are too sensitive.
yeah, people are too sensitive, or talking about how the Kramer situation with the N-word is worse than this. It's all the same. Ignorance is ignorance, stupidity is stupidity. It's just really sad to think that there are people out here who live like this or who think like this. Like almost like there's these tiers of value. Like, well, if you're this or you're that, then whatever things may be, but we're up here being exempt from HIV or whatever the case may be. It's just like, y'all need to do your homework. And I always think to myself, because a lot of the vloggers that we listen to, entertainment vlogs or whatever, a lot of them report about how there's so many rappers out there who literally go around, even with wives and kids, they go around fucking the entire planet. They will go to the strip clubs, go to their concerts, and they're literally having babies with pure women. So clearly they're having unprotected sex. And I'm like, so you guys really don't think that y'all could be out here catching diseases?
Is it probably and just don't disclose their status and
They don't even know
Exactly.
know their
Because they don't think that they can get HIV because they think it's a gay disease. HIV is not a gay disease. It's a human disease. Okay? And it's a condition that now you don't live 2 to 3 weeks if you're blessed enough. Thank God there's been so many advancements with the
medicine.
and with the scientific research for HIV. For instance, for myself and for many other blessed people in the world, men and women and children who might be HIV positive, there is medication that my doctor actually told me verbatim. He's like, you know what, it's funny, a lot of people are out there have this idea that, you know, with HIV, that you are more, in terms of your lifespan or whatever, that you are definitely not going to live as long as people who are not HIV positive. He's like, that's actually not the truth, because of how much you test. You get your blood tested, you get your health is tested. People with HIV a lot of times live longer because they're so more up on their health and more up on checking. And I for one, I'm going to say I am the most healthy I've ever been in my life, and I'm HIV positive. So all of this conversation, I'm sorry some of this is aggressive and angry, especially directed at these guys. It really is just people need to learn, and I can't be angry at people who just are uneducated. But it's like, if you're going to have a platform and you're gonna get up here and talk about these things, at least know what you're talking about. Because people who are also uneducated are gonna watch this and they're gonna run off thinking the same thing.
And that's how it spirals.
Yeah. That's how it spirals.
Yeah.
And just because I wanted to get all my shit out of the way and let you guys
of course.
But with Dababy now, this is the one thing that, I'll try to say the one thing that I'm gonna say about him. But like, when those type of thoughts live rent-free in your head, you have to question that person. Because Dababy, you're up on that stage at this amazing festival, right? This is a festival full of notoriety. This is success in your career. And to think that you're up there thinking about that, you're thinking about people with HIV, and if you don't have HIV, put your phone lighters up. Like, what are you thinking while you're up on the stage in front of all these people? Like, if that's what's going through your head, what are you hiding? What issues are you dealing with?
Yeah.
Because you should not be up there thinking about gay people unless you have thoughts about gay people, or you have interests, or you're thinking some type of way. Because if that's what your energy and your mind is going to when you're up on there, when you should be living your best life, performing your music, having a good time, and you're thinking about gay people sucking dick in a parking lot, or did you just get your dick sucked in a parking lot? Or did you suck a dick in a parking lot?
Did you see it happening?
That's very true.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's the whole point of him being like, the Caucasian gentleman being like, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It had no context.
Living rent-free in his head, meaning you are thinking about guys sucking dick in a parking lot. You are thinking about HIV. Are you concerned that you might be HIV positive? Like that's, people project a lot, and when you say shit out of the fucking blue, it's because something is living in your head. There's something that you're struggling, you're dealing with. So that whole thing with this artist, I even like saying artist, I'm like, my body wasn't rejecting it. Like, I can't even call him an artist. This clown who has he's been granted this space to be up on a stage on this platform, and he's using that to do all of that is disgusting. That type of cis male, it's so disgusting to me, and I hope that, sorry, no, I'm not gonna hope anything. I wish nothing but the best for him. But karma's a bitch, and karma is so real, and that type of energy, that can only get you so far. And already he's lost some endorsements, some sponsorship, whatever it may be, and that doesn't mean that his career is going to be in the gutter. Sometimes in cases like this, like, careers thrive, right? They get bigger and bigger, and who knows what's going to happen to him? I wish him all the best, but I do hope that he can educate himself and stop being such an ignorant prick. Because you know what? Real quick, also, he put out. Sorry guys, he put out a apology video. Doubling down. It wasn't even an apology, but he was just doubling down on the bullshit and
explaining, trying to rationalize.
Not
really apologizing.
No, just really stupid, ignorant, and it's like, oh my god, what was I gonna say? Damn it. It's okay. I forgot. I've been talking enough anyway.
Well, I guess that's a good dovetail to say, well, first off, Little Baby Honey, if you're telling me DaBaby, no, I'm saying like little baby.
Oh,
child.
Yes, child. If you're saying that you don't have someone in your life that is personally impacted, friend, child, family member, even friend to friend, the people in your community who look up to you, if you're saying all of these things, would you go up to them in their face and actually share these things? I know that you have someone even in a distance that you care about, and you're saying these things, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And the comedian, okay, so first off, with these people on around the table, do you want to say it while you have it?
Yeah.
Yes,
I was just do it really quick so I can be fully wrapped. Like, that's a wrap on this. No, really quick. What also sometimes bothers me, especially with people of color, who, it's like you know firsthand what it means to be oppressed.
Yeah.
You know firsthand, even in that little podcast thing, the conversation prior to this was about N-words and Kramer using the N-word or whatever it is to be. Black, you know firsthand what it means to be oppressed and to be shamed for the color of your skin, right? And being segregated and looked at as an other. And to have a disparaging view on who you are because of the color of your skin. But you're gonna get up there and do the same to another group of people. Like, that shit really bugs me. And it's like, I just don't understand the mentality. Like, you're gonna get up on there and just other all kinds of people with this ignorance and this disgusting behavior, knowing full well that you yourself have to deal with people calling you all kinds of N-word and looking at you as you are worthless also. So it's like, when I talk about karma and universal energy, like, that shit's gonna come right back to him. It will come back in a different form, but that's gonna come right back to him. He will be othered, right? Anyway, I'm vexed. I'm gonna stop talking for today.
So what I'll say is that I take this production of the show, and like you, I'll just really quickly comment on the show.
Yeah.
I take it and I'm almost like, I throw it all, I just literally throw it in the garbage because I'm not the consumer of this, nor would I ever be one of the however many subscribers that they have. Power to you subscribers. I hope you guys inform yourselves after watching something like this and really get some true knowledge on this. The reason why I take it with a grain of salt is because they, as they indicated, you know, and I'm not saying it makes it right, what I'm saying is I don't take anything that I saw there and I'm like, nothing in this is of value.
Yeah.
Because these people are comedians trying to put on a show and trying to be provocative in what they say.
At the expense of
It's at the
people.
expense of people.
Yeah.
So it's really unfortunate that, as you're saying, they have to drag people when they're being dragged themselves and they're just extending the chain further by extending the suffering of another marginalized group or just, you know, period.
Yeah.
So at points in time, I did actually feel like the white guy was trying to he was almost like fighting for like a team and trying to say like this was homophobic, like there's no way around that. You know, and also I even caught one of the guy to the center person, the one in the middle. He did say, he was like, well, people who aren't gay can also have HIV/AIDS. So he did. So there was like little bits of nuggets of like truth but it was all kind of masked in this show. Performative, exactly. And the unfortunate thing is that you, the watchers, many of you don't actually go and do some research and inform yourselves. So for the people who don't, it just perpetuates that cycle of just misinformation and stigma because the information you receive and hear is incorrect and then it's passed on and it's just, you know, this broken telephone of things. So please, informational accuracy is everything. Now to Dababy's comments. Everything you said.
What kind of fucking name is
everything
that?
you said, and I do think, you know, forget about karma, because I think it takes a very sad person in his existing life to spread that much hate to anyone else. Forget about a group, just even to another person. So if that's the headspace and the heart that he has to live with today and every single day of his life, bitch, he's already suffering.
Yeah.
Like that is a life of agony. So I already know in my life. To be
that blessed, to have like your dream, you're living your dream, but
Take
you're
your
still
hostage.
doing that. Like, girl.
I'm actually glad that this was the video that we watched. We wanted to see someone else's commentary on the situation rather than give Dababy any screen time. And I'm glad that this is the one that we watched because lately I've really been looking at meeting people where they are, seeing where people are, and your first point of being like, this is the mentality that so many people actually have.
Yeah.
And it's not with any they're not sitting there around this table in a podcast being like, let's hate on some gay people today. They think they're just having an open, honest conversation, but that's the level that they're at. Seeing where people are and trying to meet them where they're at and calling people in. We talk so much about calling people out, and you're getting called out, you're getting canceled, you're getting whatever. But I'm like, there's so many people that genuinely don't even realize how wrong they are. And No, I'm saying that wrong. That is the word I'm using. Like,
wrong.
no offense to the gentleman on No Jumper. No offense to, but it was wrong. The white guy maybe had some rightness in what he was saying, but yeah, like genuinely, that's even just the laughing about it and making jokes or whatever. Like I cannot say how many conversations I have with black men in particular where their instant reaction to anything that has anything to do with homosexuality is immediately it's a joke. It's something you laugh about. It's something you're gonna like making jokes about. You're gay, blah blah blah. Like that's just how we are raised to talk about homosexuality and anything having to do with homosexuality. And that's just where people are. And I cannot be mad, which is frustrating because I'm like actually mad. But then there's a part of me that's like, Khadija, but that's just where they're at. That's where the fuck they're at. So like, I kind of hope No Jumper sees our video and can sit down and be like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna look at my own comments from a different perspective, because there was a lot of misinformation and ignorance and a lack of compassion. Over and above anything else, a lack of compassion. I'm sitting here and I'm cracking jokes and I'm laughing at human beings that exist in this world. Regardless of what I think about it, somebody made a horrible comment that was disparaging to that group of people, and instead of looking at that and being like, that was fucked up, that probably hurt a lot of people, I'm just gonna make jokes about it. And I'm gonna brush it aside and I'm gonna, oh, it wasn't even that bad. Like, people are too sensitive. Like, there's no compassion. And I'm like, you can't start feeling compassionate until you start understanding other people. So like Zach and Diz both said, like, I hope there is more education and there is more effort to go out and learn and understand, like, these are real human beings, these are real lives, these are real conditions that aren't just a stigma that's out there floating around. Like, it's real and it affects people. So maybe I need to understand it a little bit more before I go out and start talking about it. That's basically where I'm at. I want to call you in. No Jumper, if you want to have a conversation with me, let's sit down and talk.
Honestly, you guys have said everything that I was going to say or that I could have said, and it just boils my blood. It boils my blood that people can sit there and think that this is a joke and that it's something to laugh about. And kind of to your point is about saying, like, if you are saying these things and you're joking about it, it's living rent-free in your head, what are you so insecure about? The fact that you're projecting that means that you're feeling ways about yourself that you don't know how to deal with. So the only way you know how to fucking deal with that is by making fun of it. And the fact that you can laugh about this shit, or the fact that you can say this shit, is because you think in your mind it doesn't affect you. So I'm allowed to. It doesn't affect me, so I can say this shit. And then it reaches to Khadijah's point of people lacking compassion, basic compassion for other human beings. But the second it has anything to do with you, whoa, I'm not gonna say that, I'm not gonna say that, or I can't talk about that because, like, it affects me and the people that I know. You may think that it doesn't affect the people that you know or affect you, but to Zach's point, it probably does. You have absolutely no fucking idea, but you can sit there and live in your ignorance. And you know what? If that's a place where you wanna live, I don't wanna be invited. You can stay in your home of ignorance, and I wish that you get the education that you guys have all been saying. I wish that you can get the education and learn that for yourself so you can grow to be a better human being. And learn to say things of value. Especially for this generation, which I have hope for. This generation is going to be the ones to stand at the top of the hill and raise their fists and call you fucking out. So what you can do is sit there and listen and understand, or you can choose to live in your home of ignorance where we do not want to be invited.
What you can also do, and to use that boiling blood to good purpose, is to know your status, to get checked, to have a conversation with people, to, as was said on the show, there are other sexually transmitted diseases, so having a regular health and sex wellness regimen is recommended.
And,
by
and,
all
and what he's
practitioners.
saying is not exclusive to gay people.
It's
This is
It's
for
for everybody.
human beings.
Yeah.
Period.
Be
Exactly.
safe, know your status, communicate responsibly.
Educate
Really,
yourself.
educate yourself.
Educate yourself.
And
Yes.
you know what? Really quick, you would think also, all of us human beings, gay, straight, this, that, black, white, Asian, Indian, Latino, man, woman, child, old, young, there's a pandemic that we've been going through, and all of our lives have been at risk. And you would think that after experiencing something so devastating, where people have lost their loved ones, their family, their partners, their friends, that we would learn how to be more compassionate towards one another. And you would think that after we as a world have been going through this, that this kind of energy wouldn't really be happening. Like, you would think that.
You would think that.
And it's very disheartening that there are human beings out there who really do feel like they're invulnerable, that they're gonna live forever, and that their words and kind of like the things that the divisiveness that they are projecting, you would think that people would be more mindful of that, right? And understanding that there are human beings out here, like you were saying, who are living real lives, and some of these issues are affecting them, whether it's racism or people who are dealing with any kind of stigma or homophobia or whatever oppression of whatever kind, that we would be coming to a place where we are being a little bit more understanding. I know that there's obviously tons of work to be done in a lot of different areas, but something like this, a conversation like this, is so
disheartening.
It's disheartening.
Yeah.
But there's one way that we can change it, each within ourselves, is to do the exact opposite and just to spread light and energy and love and pay zero attention
Yeah.
to these types of people, these types of rants. It's honestly, it's pervasive in our lives.
Yeah.
So it goes down from the messages you communicate to the people you vote into your offices to the things that you give your attention to.
I know we have to wrap up, right? I want to leave one last thought. It's always also baffling to me that the energy that people put into other people's lives and what they do, it's crazy to me. Why are you so concerned with gay people? Why are you so concerned with what a man does with another man, or what a woman does with another woman? How they choose to live their life, how they choose to express their love? You know, I don't understand what does that have to do with your life? Just go live your fucking life. Pay attention to, if you love women and you love this, go and do that and be happy doing that. Like, why are you so concerned with that? Why are you so concerned to get up on a stage and make comments about people living with HIV? Why are you so concerned? Go live your life. Go live your best life. But don't project your bullshit on other human beings who are living on this planet. Like, I don't understand the concern and the obsessive. It's obsessive. It's obsessive.
It's because masculinity is so fragile.
And they see freedom
It
and
is
it makes
so
them nervous.
fragile. And I can't, like, it's a whole other topic to talk
That, they see
about
freedom
black
and it scares them.
masculinity. You have this shit living rent free in your head because you believe somebody else living their authentic life, if they are gaining anything in their life, it's gonna take away from you
It's a
somehow.
threat to you.
It's stupid.
Stupid. Girl, on that motherfucking note.
We're not gonna like playlist or not because this is bullshit.
No.
Nah.
Nah.
Any of that.
No.
But what we are going to do is that we are still going to remind you, regardless, that you are beautiful, worthy, valued, and loved.
And that is if you are gay or straight or anything in between,
Black,
pansexual, bisexual,
white.
Asian, black, white, man, woman, this, that, the third, whatever the fuck you are as a human being. As long as you're not hurting anybody and you are spreading love and light and love in yourself,
BWVL.
period.
We love you all. Thank you for watching. If you're enjoying our channel, if you're enjoying these personalities, check out more videos on our channel and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe right down below.
We're usually not this angry.
It's usually a whole lot more fuckery and passion.
Period.
See you next time.
Bye.